warfare का एक classic you can say strategy है. We have been saying it for a very long time. I'm glad that X has rolled out this feature क्योंकि जितने ये accounts हैं ये सारे expose हो गए.
हाँ.
Right? अब हमें पता चला कि ये सारे जो हैं ये पाकिस्तान से चल रहे हैं, ये बांग्लादेश से चल रहे हैं. This tells you कि ISI जो है use the opposition party as a tool to spread their own narrative. They were using Congress name to spread discord in India, to spread a different ideology or alternate political ideology. So they were basically mouthpieces of Congress, the lowest of the lowest levels. Just because you want engagement, you want people to outrage. So these are like outrage farming. They'll create something or one other thing just to create an outrage in a society where people will then, start countering them and start, even if you're abusing them, it's counted as an engagement. Engagement means money. So ये सिर्फ अपने लिए पैसा कमा रहे हैं. तो ये किसी भी लेवल तक जाएंगे. There are a lot of Bangladeshis who do it.
ये भी आ जाता है कि जब AI वीडियोस आती हैं जिसमें हमारे चीफ आर्मी चीफ हैं उनकी बातों को कुछ और बोलना AI से, हम जैसे लोगों को शायद से पता होगा कि ये AI वीडियो है, बट इंडिया में काफ़ी लोगों को नहीं पता कि AI वीडियो है या रियल वीडियो है. वो उसको सच मान के बैठ जाते हैं. वहाँ से ऑपरेट क्यों करवा रहे हैं? क्योंकि कांग्रेस के भी बहुत सारे अकाउंट्स हैं जो कहीं कहीं और से ऑपरेट हो रहे हैं.
Newspapers like Hindu, I don't see a reason why they need to use VPN. That is using a VPN क्योंकि US का दिखा रहा है, बट उसके साथ वो exclamation mark और shield आ रहा है. That means they are using a VPN. Why would you need to use a VPN?
शिखा सिंह, वेरी नॉर्मल पर्सन, जिसको लगेगा कि ये तो एक आम लड़की है, ऊपर से हिंदू भी है, तो इस वजह से लोगों को लगेगा कि ओके ये नैरेटिव नहीं फैलाएगी. तो लेकिन इसकी जो लोकेशन है वो वेस्ट एशिया है.
हाँ, तो वो पाकिस्तानी है. वो मौलाना साहब पे बैठा होगा या पाकिस्तानी आया से तो सूबेदार बैठा.
भावना जोशी, अगेन हिंदू. हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू द पैम्फलेट्स वॉर रूम पॉडकास्ट. मैं हूं रानू सिंह और हमारे साथ है राजवदीप सर.
हेलो रानू, हाउ आर यू?
बहुत बढ़िया. तो सर आज हम बात करने वाले हैं एक्स का एक न्यू फीचर आया है जिसमें अकाउंट बेस्ड एंड यूज़र नेम चेंजेस एंड अकाउंट कनेक्टेड थ्रू. तो ये जो फीचर आया तो इसमें काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें रिवील हुई. फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे हिंदू अकाउंट्स थे, वो हिंदू काउंटर करते थे, लेकिन फिर जब पता चला तो वो बांग्लादेश या मुस्लिम कंट्रीज़ में ऑपरेट हो रहे थे. यहीं पर इवन पवन खेरा का भी ऑपरेट जो अकाउंट था उसका भी कहीं और ही लोकेशन आई है, यूएस. जुबैर की लोकेशन UAE हाँ आई है. तो इन सबके अकाउंट्स की लोकेशंस ना कुछ कुछ ऐसी ऐसी जगह आई है इंडिया में है ही नहीं. और इवन पाकिस्तान से काफ़ी अकाउंट्स ऑपरेट करते हैं. तो मुझे इस पर डिस्कस करना था. तो सबसे पहले यही है कि हम लोग ये सोचते हैं कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल कोई हिंदू अकाउंट है, बात कुछ और हो रही है लेकिन उसको वो काउंटर कर रहा है, तो हम ये सोचेंगे कि नहीं ये भी तो बात सही बोल रहा है, ये भी तो हिंदू ही है. लेकिन इसके पीछे क्या है ये तो ऐसे पता चल रहा है कि ये ऑपरेट ही नहीं हो रहा है इंडिया से.
ये इंफॉर्मेशन वॉरफेयर का एक क्लासिक you can say strategy है. We have been saying it for a very long time कि just because somebody is coming with an Indian flag and a Hindu name doesn't mean he's an Indian or a Hindu. Okay. You have to be very very careful because this guy doesn't have his own photo. He's talking, उसके जो messaging है वो बड़ी mixed है. He's usually, all his tweets are towards, you can say, spreading hate or spreading divide or creating a divide. Right? So you can see an agenda there. So wherever you see an agenda, be very very careful with it. Number one. But I'm glad that X has rolled out this feature क्योंकि जितने ये accounts हैं ये सारे expose हो गए.
हाँ.
Right? अब हमें पता चला कि ये सारे जो हैं ये पाकिस्तान से चल रहे थे, ये बांग्लादेश से चल रहे थे. So these bot forms in Pakistan and Bangladesh, ISPR का जो ये मॉड्यूल है of dividing India, creating communal disharmony in India. All these Muslims who are becoming Indian Muslims trying to play the victimhood card were running from Pakistan. These Hindus who were playing this, this caste divide a lot on Twitter and other places, Twitter were run from Pakistan. ठीक है. Or Bangladesh. So this is a classic information warfare technology where you mask your identity. You try to gel into a community by becoming one of their own, and then you spread discord. So this is exactly what they were doing for a long time now. Especially last 2 years, 3 साल से मैं देख रहा था. We had to notice कि ये बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया था. On Twitter पे तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा हो गया था. तो glad कि अब जो है we know what it is. But अब आप ये देखो कि not only that, कांग्रेस के कई हैंडल्स,
हाँ,
राइट, जो कांग्रेस को सपोर्ट करते थे, जो कांग्रेस की बात करते थे, जो बीजेपी को गाली निकालते थे या कनेक्ट करते थे यूथ के साथ या एक नैरेटिव कांग्रेस का चलाना चाहते थे, वो पाकिस्तान से चल रहे थे, वो बांग्लादेश से चल रहे थे. दिस टेल्स यू कि ISI जो है हाउ इट वाज ट्राइंग टू मेक श्योर कि use the opposition party as a tool
Yep.
to spread their own narrative. Right?
Hmm.
So they were using Congress name to spread discord in India, to spread a different ideology or alternate political ideology. So they were basically mouthpieces of Congress.
Hmm.
Right? I don't think the Congress IT cell, in some of the accounts, the Congress IT cell was doing a great job of countering the government the way these guys were doing.
Hmm.
Right? So that tells you that how dangerous this whole social media is.
Okay.
और इसके डिस्कॉर्ड्स और इसके डिस्कशंस और इसके डिस्कोर्स कितना डेंजरस हो सकते हैं to because at the end of the day, Ranu, it is all about the mind and how you seed a thought into the mind. It's called mind seeding, right? तो आप mind में seed करते हो, narrative seed करते हो, thought seed करते हो, question seed करते हो, and you let it grow there, and then it's an organic chain. So this is called mind seeding, and this mind seeding is a very, very dangerous I can say a tool which is employed by all the countries, all the intelligence agencies across networks across the world. But look at the quantity of how Pakistan, Pakistan in relation with Bangladesh, very consciously and very focused, on these things were targeting India from, very long. And this just exposes them to the hilt. So I'm glad that happened.
ओके, जस्ट इन एनी केस अगर ये नहीं होता और फॉर एग्जांपल कोई पर्सन है जिसको नहीं पता है कि नरेटिव क्या है और वो एक ऐसा अकाउंट देख रहा है जो इस तरह की मतलब जो दूसरा पॉइंट रख रहा है, लेफ्ट पॉइंट रख रहा है, दूसरा पॉइंट रख रहा है, तो वो शायद उसकी बातों में आ जाएगा क्योंकि उसे लगेगा कि ये भी तो हमारी साइड का ही है लेकिन ये एक ऐसा पॉइंट रख रहा है, इसीलिए वो इस स्ट्रेटेजी को यूज करते हैं.
ऑब्वियसली इसमें दो चीजें हैं. देखो इसमें दो टाइप के अकाउंट्स हैं. एक तो ये है जो मैंने माइंड सीडिंग वाले आपको बताया, जिसका आप कह रहे हो कि वो सोचेगा. ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू सीड अ थॉट इन समबडीज माइंड, ही विल थिंक अबाउट इट.
या
राइट, तो दैट विल हैपन. इसमें दूसरे अकाउंट्स ये हैं जो सिर्फ एंगेजमेंट फार्मिंग करते हैं.
ओके,
ठीक है, तो वो अकाउंट्स क्रिएट ही इसीलिए हुए कि दे न्यू दैट, फॉर एग्जांपल अब आप इजराइल के अकाउंट्स ले लो, अमेरिकन अकाउंट्स ले लो, मागा अकाउंट्स ले लो, दे वेरी पॉपुलर, राइट? यू मेक अ लॉट ऑफ मनी ऑन देम. Social media pays you, Twitter pays you. So if you're verified, you're qualified for that. You're just doing engagement farming. So your whole idea is to make as much money as you want, and उसके लिए आप कुछ भी चलाते हो.
Okay.
मतलब there is no there is no restraint or there is no limit to the kind of content or the kind of tweets we have seen coming. You stoop to the lowest of the lowest levels. Just because you want engagement, you want people to outrage. So these are like outrage farming. They'll create something or one other thing just to create an outrage in a society where people will then, start countering them and start, even if you're abusing them, it's counted as an engagement. Engagement means money. So ये सिर्फ अपने लिए पैसा कमा रहे हैं, तो ये किसी भी level तक जाएंगे. There are a lot of Bangladeshis who are doing that.
Okay.
Right, the Bangladeshis have recently discovered that, doing this outrageous comments. So that is why you would see a lot of Hindu hate coming from Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Right? That is, it has two things. One, to show the Islamized mind which is in Bangladesh, but also to do engagement forming, because India ka jo social media hai, it's one of the biggest in the world. The social media users are the biggest in the world. Okay? So the way we react to anything which is attacking or insulting to us, we generate, knowingly or unknowingly, we are actually doing exactly what he wants us to do. He wants us to react so that he can get a lot of engagement going. He can make a lot of money for himself. So they live off hate is what I say. कि ये hate का कमाते हैं, hate का खाते हैं, ये सिर्फ hate फैलाते हैं, hate का खाते हैं और hate का कमाते हैं.
इवन इसमें ये भी आ जाता है कि जब AI वीडियोस आती हैं जिसमें हमारे चीफ आर्मी चीफ हैं, उनकी बातों को कुछ और बोलना AI से ऐसे करके, तो वही है कि मतलब हम जैसे लोगों को शायद से पता होगा कि ये AI वीडियो है, बट इंडिया में काफ़ी लोगों को नहीं पता कि AI वीडियो है या रियल वीडियो है. वो उसको सच मान के बैठ जाते हैं, तो वो इस वे में भी अटैक करते हैं. तो इसको इंगेजमेंट फार्मिंग करते हैं या फिर वो सीधा साइकोलॉजिकल वॉरफेयर?
दिस इज कंप्लीट psyop बोलते हैं इसको, psychological operations. It's a complete psyop to basically alter a video, create a deep fake, and then put it in the public, so public then latches onto it and they start debating onto it. It's a very classic psychological operation, psyop.
Okay.
You can say one of the ways of doing psyop is that if you remember in the last elections, parliamentary elections, there was a deep fake of Home Minister Amit Shah, which went viral.
Okay.
And then the BJP did the damage control, but it had done some damage electorally to BJP as well. So these deepfakes are very, very dangerous, and they are generated with a particular purpose. And the purpose is to defame, the purpose is to discredit, and the purpose is to make people believe that what this is the real thing, and because this is what it is, and to send a message saying that ki ye sach hai. A lot of people will believe it blindly. अरे हमने देखा Facebook पे देखा, there are a lot of people. अरे हमने तो Facebook पे वीडियो देखा.
Okay.
वो तो बोल रहा है.
हाँ.
अब आप उसको बताओ भाई deep fake क्या है, तो वो बोलेगा वो क्या है,
उसे समझ में नहीं आएगा.
नहीं पता है, ठीक है. So there's a lot of people who are technologically not that advanced. Some challenged. They believe what they see. They still believe what they see.
Yep.
So in today's age, unfortunately, your generation, our generation, we are aware of what you see might not be the whole truth. But there is a huge population which thinks that what we see is the truth.
Yep.
And that is where the problem is.
And they don't know AI. And इसमें ये भी होता है कि जैसे इन लोगों के अकाउंट्स पता चले कि ये ऑपरेट वहाँ से हो रहे हैं, यहाँ से हो रहे हैं, मतलब इसका मीनिंग क्या होगा कि ये वहाँ से ऑपरेट क्यों करवा रहे हैं? क्योंकि कांग्रेस के भी बहुत सारे अकाउंट्स हैं जो कहीं कहीं और से ऑपरेट हो रहे हैं.
See, I think the biggest thing is that two things. One is that somebody else is running your account.
Okay.
ठीक है. Second thing is you're using VPN. If you're using VPN, that means कि आप अपने फोन पे कुछ ऐसी एप्स चला रहे हो जिसके लिए आपको VPN जरूरत है.
Okay.
Right? You might be accessing information which you are supposedly not allowed on the safe net. You need VPN for that, or you don't want to give away your location because of security reasons. That's why you are using a VPN. If your phone is hacked or something, the location doesn't come. Third thing is that it's generally being operated by people who are sitting outside the country and you have outsourced your social media to them. That could be another reason as well. But I don't see, newspapers like Hindu. I don't see a reason why they need to use VPN.
Okay.
Right?
The Hindu की साइड का भी अकाउंट का है.
That is using a VPN क्योंकि US का दिखा रहा है, but उसके साथ वो exclamation mark और shield आ रहा है. That means they are using a VPN. Why would you need to use a VPN? Right? You don't need to, because you are a newspaper. You can easily have an access to the office of somebody. So that means somebody is using. See, with Zubair and all that, yeah, they will, because they don't want to give your location away. They don't want to say where they are. Right? They're scared. One, they are scared. Two, they do too many things which are borderline illegal. Borderline.
Exactly.
They know that if we cross this thin line, we might land on the other side of the law. So people like Zubair, people like Pratik is running from Malaysia. I'm not surprised. Because by design that could also be the thing.
Okay.
It could be operating in tandem with the Islamist forces sitting outside. They have, we know that they peddle a certain narrative which usually comes from Muslim Brotherhood. So they could have tie-ups with Muslim Brotherhood. We don't know, right?
Okay.
But that could be a reason. That could be one reason. I'm not saying that is the reason, but that could be a probability.
Okay.
The other probability is that they genuinely live outside the country most of the time and they operate from there. They want to do this anti-India, whatever it is, so to escape the legal net in India. Censorships in India. There's a lot of censorship involved. So to escape that censorship, they want to go to foreign countries or have their accounts based in foreign countries. So they escape that legal net if the law catches up onto them.
ठीक है. ये तो खैर फिर भी वो वाले अकाउंट थे जिनकी इमेज है. लेकिन कुछ जैसे अकाउंट हैं, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल शिखा सिंह, वेरी नॉर्मल पर्सन, जिसको लगेगा कि ये तो एक आम लड़की है, ऊपर से हिंदू भी है, तो इस वजह से लोगों को लगेगा कि ओके ये नैरेटिव नहीं फैलाएगी. तो लेकिन इसकी जो लोकेशन है वो वेस्ट एशिया है.
हाँ, तो वो पाकिस्तानी है, वो मौलाना साहब कोई बैठा होगा यहाँ पाकिस्तानी आए से अगर सूबेदार बैठा.
भावना जोशी अगेन हिंदू ने.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what psyops is. ठीक है, this is where you create normal profiles. And you pretend to be a normal person, but you have an agenda behind it. And there are unfortunately, there are a lot of men who fall for these pretty faces on social media. They just do simping.
Okay.
They will simp for anything and anything if it's a woman's account, right? These are also used for honey trapping. Such accounts,
true.
Right? And that is where spying also comes in. You hear a lot of cases where men have been honey trapped and then they have been used for spying against the country. These are the kind of accounts who do that.
सारे
right?
नाम वही हैं हिंदू
Yeah,
नहीं
so
में,
you know
दिया
that is what
शर्मा
I
और ये
said.
सब.
कि just because there is a Bhavna Kapoor sitting with a flag doesn't mean it's Bhavna.
Yeah.
It could be it could be Badruddin Ajmal sitting in Pakistan. Badruddin would have changed his name to Bhavna. So don't fall for these things on social media. You know, when you interact with people, be careful, and it's good to know their IDs, and if they're anonymous IDs, they're anonymous IDs. Don't see, this is the problem. We give them too much sanctity.
Yep.
हम खुद इनको बनाते हैं.
हाँ.
आउटरीच
क्योंकि वो यही होता
आउटरीच
है
कर
कि-
करके अकाउंट छोटे होते हैं. हम इतना आउटरीच इनको करते हैं कि अकाउंट जो है ये ओवरनाइट 100 फॉलोअर से 10,000 फॉलोअर पे पहुंच जाता है. और वो कौन होते हैं? वो सारे वही फॉलोअर होते हैं जो उसको हेट करते हैं. राइट? फैंस नहीं होते इनके, हेटर्स होते हैं. नहीं, हम इसको फॉलो करेंगे और रोज गाली देंगे. Right, so you make these accounts big yourself. You have to be very, very careful.
Okay.
Same with case like people like Arzu Kazmi. अब आरजू काज़मी का मैक्सिमम लोग यहाँ बोलते हैं कि no, she is Pakistani. Yeah, but her 95% of her viewership is Indian. So what are you पाकिस्तानी तो उसको देखता भी नहीं है. तो आप उसकी चैनल पे अगर पाकिस्तान को गाली दे रहे हो तो वो हिंदुस्तानी देख रहा है ना. बट आप उसको बड़ा बना रहे हो, लार्जर देन लाइफ इमेज दे रहे हो. सहज शिरवानी, a very small account. I saw that account starting with 25 followers and she became a rage into thousands. Every 99% of the followers again Indian.
Okay.
So this thing we have to understand how it works, and we need to we need to stop. We need to stop somewhere. We need to sanitize our own people on social media of what is the right way of engaging with the accounts.
लास्ट क्वेश्चन सर मैं यही पूछूंगी कि हमारी ऑडियंस को ये आप समझाओ कि एक होता है जो जमीन पे वॉर होता है या फिर हवा में वॉर हो रहा है, ठीक है,
conventional warfare.
या लेकिन एक होता है साइकोलॉजिकल वॉरफेयर जिसमें लोगों को इनडायरेक्टली टारगेट उनके माइंड पर टारगेट किया जाता है, उनका ब्रेन वॉश किया जाता है. तो उसके बारे में आप
see, if you want an example of psychological warfare, the best example is Jammu and Kashmir. उससे बेटर कोई एग्जाम्पल नहीं है इंडिया के लिए where psychological warfare was unleashed on Jammu and Kashmir by Pakistan since 1947. हम तो इस warfare में बहुत बाद में आए, but now we social media पे अब everybody is saying, oh, we are fighting a narrative, we are fighting information warfare and all that. But information warfare tools जो हैं, they range from a pamphlet to a book to a newspaper to a radio, this to a TV channel, and I'm talking about time when there was not even TV. तब से पाकिस्तान जो है
ये सब चीजें
प्रोपेगेंडा यूज कर रहा है as a tool to win over the hearts and minds of people, and that is what happened in 1989. They basically latched on to every missed opportunity which was happening in Kashmir, political missed opportunity, and presenting it in a very different form. So psychological warfare is a very, very important tool to subvert the minds within. So when the real aggression happens, you have sympathizers sitting inside who would actually sympathize with the enemy and the cause rather than standing with the country.
तो इसमें ऐसा क्यों है कि पाकिस्तान इस चीज़ में बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है कि वो ये सब चीज़ें हमेशा से करता भी आया है?
See, Pakistan has understood one thing, that conventionally it could never defeat India. And India knew that conventionally Pakistan can never, be a match. We will always literally squash them like a fly, and we have always done that. But Pakistanis also understood the power of propaganda, and that is why because they were into proxy warfare.
Okay.
And the psychological operations are a part of proxy warfare, जिसको हम terrorism बोलते हैं आज की डेट में. So it was imbibed into their whole thing of psychological warfare along with proxy warfare. These two goes in tandem and in hand to hand. So terrorism in Punjab, terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. These were all because of psychological warfare being the biggest tool into it. This creation of victimhood narrative, grievance narrative. ये सारा उसका एक part होता है. Political narratives, political discontent, religious polarization, social polarization. These are all parts to divide a society and a country into different thought groups.
ये सब वैसे तो चलता ही रहता है, लेकिन जब ऑपरेशंस होते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल जब ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हुआ था तब इनको और भी ज़्यादा बढ़ा दिया जाता है ना?
Obviously, Operation Sindoor में, we decimated their air bases. But Pakistan has celebrated it, right?
Yeah.
जैसे पता नहीं क्या हो गया, Asim Munir became a field marshal onto it. In any other country, that general would have been sacked for being
Fake
incompetent.
victory.
right? But here he got promoted. So that tells you how this psychological warfare on their own people also works. How they create this fake narrative and how effective it is in their own people. It's as simple as that.
इसको हम खत्म या इस पर इंडियन गवर्नमेंट कैसे एक्शन ले सकती है?
See, इस पे एक्शन नहीं लेना होता है. It is a warfare. It is a part of warfare. So you also have to prepare your defenses and your offenses.
Okay.
You also have to prepare. Unfortunately, information warfare and our strategic communication is still very, very weak. We only think by doing brazen propaganda. It's a part of warfare. It's not. There are a lot of other paradigms or other channels to it. A lot of other ways of doing it.
Okay.
I think we are beginning to look into it now. But yeah, I think we have woken up late to the party.
सो दोस्तों, इस पर आपके क्या पॉइंट्स हैं? आपके जो भी क्वेश्चंस है प्लीज़ कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखना. और अगर आपको जो क्वेश्चंस राजा मुनीब सर से भी पूछने हो तो आप उनको भी रीच आउट कर सकते हो ट्विटर पे, यूट्यूब पर भी. एंड प्लीज़ डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल. थैंक यू सो मच. मिलते हैं अगले पॉडकास्ट में.
थैंक यू राना.